Okay, so you said you were struggling with live video. I disagree, but go ahead. I will hear you out.
I do. I really do struggle. I've been trying to get a little more practice, of course, with my buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a good wingman there.
man, without him, I wouldn't have made it this far. I wouldn't be on this stage tonight if it wasn't for him pushing me, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
All right.
But
Well,
I
are
do.
you just
I
struggling
think
with
what
nerves?
no, well, not so much the nerves. I be struggling with. I don't know what to say. I
Mm,
don't, and that's why the last one he started it because I was just kind of feeding off of him
yeah.
because I don't know where I'm going with it.
Okay. So here's what I suggest. Oh, I can't hear you. Maybe the audio caught up. Or
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
oh, I can hear you now. Yes,
Mm.
it cut out there for a little bit. But so one thing I would suggest, number one, I don't believe you need to script out your live at all, but bullet points, like make an outline for your, do a week at a time and say, okay, just kind of like go back on these challenges that I'm posting about the live each day. Talk
Hmm.
about a favorite scent one day. Just talk about your favorite scent. Talk about the
Okay.
scent out of your testers that everybody hated the most. Like, be funny. It doesn't have to be serious, and not everything's like, when you all smell through it, somebody was like, ooh, like,
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
those and talk about them, because say now, James didn't like this, but you might if you like this. Like, use, like, make a plan, and it can be simple. One day say, I'm going
Okay.
to do a tip. I'm going to give my favorite tip. Like, here was the stinkiest thing in my house, and this is what I'm using to solve it. Make yourself an outline for 1 week. Then on each topic, just give yourself 3 bullet points. I'm going to talk
Okay.
about that I love this, it helps this, or you can get it in a bundle. Just some simple thing that you have bullet points, because you're really personable and you're really
I
good when you am. That's right. So when you just go live and you're talking, you're precious, and you're great with James too. So if that helps you do that, I
am.
still put Colby in a lot of my lives, not necessarily because I feel like I need it, but we
Hmm.
enjoy it. And if we enjoy it, other
Right.
people enjoy it. And it's fun. I'm going to love looking back when she's a teenager and won't talk to me anymore. Like, I'm going to look back on all these. No, she'll probably still talk to me. No, Chloe. But anyway, so just make yourself a little outline. They don't have to be long. In fact, probably 5-minute lives are great. Um,
Mhm.
Ask something of your audience. And if you get some people on replay, great.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's probably ideal. Now, Tracy's really good at live. She's a pro because she has done it, I'm assuming. How long have you done your jewelry?
Since last year, August of last year.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
So do
still
you have some
stumble.
tips? Yeah.
Well, I still stumble all the time. I just make it kind of into a joke and make it funny,
Me
and
too. Hmm.
I don't ever write. I hardly ever write anything down. Now I have been writing stuff down for Scentsy because I feel like I'm still kind of new-ish and I'm still learning a ton. So I do write stuff down. Like I did my live yesterday and I didn't write prices down. And the first thing my customers asked me was
Yeah.
prices, and I'm like, crap. So I had to get the
Yeah.
iPad. And I'm like, hold on, we're going to pull it up on the iPad. We're going to show it on the
Mhm.
iPad. So I did that. I just, if there's something I don't know, I look it up while I'm on the live right away and just show them. And I mean, I stumble all the time. Like I accidentally said, my very first live I did, I accidentally said, yeah, if I'm an independent consultant with paparazzi. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm an independent consultant with Scentsy.
Right. No,
So,
I think that's
Yeah.
I just,
great. Mhm.
it was
That's
crazy.
great.
I just make them fun, funny.
Oh,
And
and I needed one too. I swear.
Sorry, y'all.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
I appreciate that. Hey,
Are you gonna drive through? One of the tips, I always say, one of the core values of Cincy is authenticity. And so people aren't looking to tune in to say, let's see how professional this consultant is. That's not what it is. Authenticity, be yourself. You want to be knowledgeable, and you want to be you want to be prepared. So I do think it's wise to have the catalog in front of you. But if you don't know right off the top, because you're newer, both of you are new,
Mhm.
if you don't know everything, I don't know everything, especially with prices changing, or is this still available? Oh, I can't remember this warmer. I have my catalog there for reference, or my website ready to pull up. But it
Mhm.
is okay to say, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm gonna put it in the comments after this video. They'll look at it. You'll tag them. You don't have to be 100% everything. You don't have to be perfect. And I think you're more relatable if you make jokes about little stumbles. I stumble all the time too, Tracy, like all the time.
Oh,
The
I
main
do
thing
too.
is you just don't want to look like you don't want to look, in my opinion, like you're unprepared or
Yeah.
unprofessional. As long as you look like, I love what I'm doing, you're enthusiastic, knowledgeable, and you are willing to find things you don't know, you're going to be golden. And people will tune in and want to see it.
Mhm.
So that's my tips. But you're doing great. Every live I've seen, I think you're fantastic. So keep it up.
Okay.
And the more you
I'm
do
sorry
it,
about
I
that.
guarantee,
Sorry.
no worries. I guarantee the more you do it, the better it gets. I still do a live every once in a while, like, especially if I wasn't physically feeling well and I was like, I gotta go live. We've got this thing I want to show. That I go, ugh, that just wasn't the best. But that's okay. It's okay. The next one will be better.
Mhm.
That's how it goes. So,
Yep.
okay. So live, I hope that helps a little bit. Anything else that y'all are kind of wondering or struggling with, or something that's working?
And I know I am just struggling with getting new customers.
New
Like I
customers.
have
Yeah.
a base of a few customers, but I am just really struggling to get new customers. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So my first thing is, with your current customers, you've got to utilize them and ask them for help. You got to say, listen, I'd be honest, especially if they're a good customer or a friend. I
Mhm.
appreciate your business. You have been so essential to my small business. I appreciate your support. I could really use help branching out beyond my current customer base. Can you think of 5 people? If 5 seems overwhelming, 3 people. Say, could you think of 3 people that might be interested in a free sample that I could contact, or something fun in the mail, or whatever you decide you'd like to do? Or asking them, your current people, just to do a text party. So it's not real invasive, but that whoever they text then become your customers. You've got to go beyond your people. And I would use
Yeah.
them, I would utilize them and reward them, Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
I got a question.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm getting my artist pass to go in.
There you go.
Okay. I'm sorry. A text party. I've never heard of a text party. Help me with that.
I mean, it's pretty much what it sounds like. You say, hey, Sarita, you want to get some free and half price Scentsy? Yes.
Mhm.
Do you want to do a party? No, I don't really want to do a party. I don't have time. I want to clean my house. I don't want all people over or whatever. No worries. Literally text 10 to 12 people. Hey, do you need a 6-pack of bars? I'm turning in an order to my Scentsy lady, Sarita. She's awesome. And everything's on sale this month. That's a text party. She's texting 10 to 12 people or more, have her do 20, but 10 to 12. Every one of those orders that comes in goes towards a party and she gets rewards. So it's
Okay.
really a way it's easy. Like, who couldn't text 10 to 12 people and specifically
Right.
say, hey, you need a 6-pack of amazing scents, or do you need a gift, or whatever you feel that person feels is the right thing to say. And right
Okay.
now, everything is 10% off. Like, you get a
Right.
10-pack, a 6-pack on sale. They get the same exact host rewards if you did an in-person party and you collected $200, $500, or they text in to 200 or 500. It's just a way to collect orders in a simple way. Also, you could do a Facebook Messenger party, a Facebook party. I mean, it doesn't have to be text, but text is such a low commitment.
Right.
And honestly, you could even say, hey, get another friend and y'all can split the rewards if you don't think you have 10 to 12 people that would want to do it. You and
Mhm.
your best friend, each of you take 6 to 8 people.
Okay.
I'll split the rewards. You can have the free and she can have the half price, or you can have,
Right.
we can put it together and divide it by 2, whatever.
I think you already spoke on this. I apologize. I was getting some things together, but
No
that
worries.
was my other thing was I got the share, the catalog for sales part, but the asking for a party part, that's what I haven't gotten down how
Yeah.
to go about that part. So if
Listen,
you said it already, I apologize. Can you repeat what it was that you were saying?
well, just to how to book parties.
Yeah, I mean, asking for that, do you want a party or
Yeah.
do
So
you
for
want to, is
me,
that how, I didn't know how to go about that.
there are people who are like, yes, I want a party, because they like free stuff and they like parties and they're people. But that's a
Uh-huh.
small percentage, in my opinion. There are some people who hear the word party are genuinely like excited, because everyone else that hears the word party is like, oh no, she's begging, she's asking me for, oh, I gotta do a party. I mean, that's just honestly, people are like, ah, I don't want to say no, so I'm gonna ignore her. So you'll get ignored, you'll get no's, you'll get not right nows, all those things. A lot of times when you ask for a party, I call it the P word. I personally started switching it to Scent Event, because it sounds like, what is a scent event? Like,
Yeah. Okay.
And I always say there's three types. There is a online, on
Mhm.
location, and on the go. I like to do a combo of all three. I like to say, here's how I do my scent events. You get to tell me what you like, but I like to do all three. I like to give you an on the go bag so that everyone you see, you can borrow it out, they can smell it, experience it. You can collect orders right that way. No one ever has to come to your house. They don't have to come to an online event. The people who just are around you, you can share it, genuinely share the smells. Online, because there are people who live in a different state and can't smell your on the go party,
Right.
and some people don't want to do any of that. The type of personality is just like, I'd rather go on and order. They're going to be your online. You're going to catch them. Online is the
Mhm.
party link you set up, and online could be an actual Zoom party, Facebook Live party, a static party, like for a week in Facebook event. That's not my
Mhm.
favorite. It doesn't do much, in my opinion.
Okay.
But an actual event that people are going to tune in online. So
Okay.
those are those two, and then of course on location say, hey, and let's just get together because I miss you. I want to see you. Let's go to Starbucks and see who wants to come for coffee, or let's go to the park and let our kids play while we sniff. Everybody get a Sonic drink. Or if your crowd is wine drinkers, say we're gonna have a wine, sip and sniff. Come over for girls' night, ladies' night, and maybe you say, if it's the kind of crew that wants to be pampered, relax, visit, do some drinking, say I'm gonna feature the body products and we're gonna do a spa night, so you can come smell, sniff, drink, and soak your feet, and just have some cheap dollar store buckets with Scentsy soak and some lotion to put on. Like, that's an easy way to get people to do it. If you know your audience, you have to know your audience, because the people who would be all up on it if you said you're drinking wine. Now, we don't drink, so I don't do those, but they are very, very successful for people if that is something that you are good with. I have a lot of friends whose kids would love to get together at the park. Let's have a play date. I'm going to bring the Scentsy and smell. That's easy, but it's on location. It doesn't have to be a traditional home party, although I love home parties. And when you find the right people that want to do a home party and are willing to ask their friends to come for an hour and visit, it's a great opportunity, because you get to know the people, you get to present the products, you get to show it, they get to feel them, smell them, hopefully not taste them,
Okay.
but they're great.
I'm,
So
I'm gonna have to go, you guys. I'm so sorry.
it'll
It's
be
time to.
recorded. You can watch it
Okay.
later.
All
Okay,
Nice
right.
to meet
knock
you.
them dead. Go
Nice
get
to
them.
meet you too.
Hey. Yep.
Bye.
All right. Bye, ladies.
I'll just kind of keep going about that. So, I mean, parties is a huge way to expand your customer base, but you have to be able to get the party. And it is still hard for me to ask people. And that's why I was doing a little bit of, you've got to think about them and not yourself. So yes, you can ask, do you want to host a scent event? But the best way, in my opinion, to get someone to say yes is for them to have a really big wish list. So the more you're sharing the products, the more you're giving them. I love to do the product sheet,
Yeah.
so that they can circle. I tell them, this is your dream Scentsy wish list here. Circle everything you would even want, even a little bit. Star the scents that you loved. Yes, you're going to have way more than you're going to want to pay for right now, but I just want you to like pretend it's Christmas and you get everything on this list. They use that product sheet, they circle it all, and then when you check them out, say, okay, which things do you really want today? They're going to buy their one warmer in their bars or whatever they choose. And then you're going to say, well, you know what? You've already got 6 bars and a warmer. I'm just going to point out this combo here. You could get this other beautiful warmer you picked in a perfect Scentsy and save $10 or $15. Some people are gonna be like, oh, yeah, I want to do that. Or, someone who has a warmer and 4 bars, of course, you're going to tell them you need to do a 6-pack. You're going to do your upselling because of that wish list. But someone who took that really literally, your shopper like me, like I love stuff. I shop. I'm a shopper.
Me too.
I'm going to have a big wish list. That's why I'm a consultant, because I had a big wish list. Those are the people you're going to say, now, why don't we do this and just let everyone else do this? They can do their shopping. They can have fun. We can do it in any of these varieties of ways. We can get all this stuff for you with a party for free, or a scent event, or whatever you want to call it. And it can be a text party. It doesn't have to be any of those. Like it can be
Right.
so many things. So really, I think the direct selling, the key to expanding beyond what you have is constant check-ins, constant sharing, constant, giving them feedback, asking them for feedback, going that next step for follow-up to say, did you like the sample I gave you? A lot of times I hand out the samples. I never ask how they like it.
Yeah.
And I always think, well, if they like it, they'll ask me for it. But sometimes people forget about it, or it's still a time to say, oh, you didn't love a peeling apple? Is it too fruity? Well, what kind of scents do you like? Now I have a
Yeah.
reason to say, well, oh, you love spa scents? This scent of the month, this month, you're going to love it. Let me get you a sample of that, and you can tell me if you love it.
Yeah.
It's that next step that really perpetuates the conversation, and then it moves to a party because then they want a lot of stuff. But sometimes asking, I just need help expanding my business. For the people who love you and care about you, they're going to be the ones you could do that with.
Mhm.
There are people who, like, maybe you just get a new customer and you start to build that relationship, and they're kind of like, I don't want to do a party. But if you said, well, listen, if you had 3 people that would like some happy mail, I'll give you a free scent circle,
Right.
like a referral system. I think those are very important to grow your business. And sometimes just sitting down and go, I have never talked about Scentsy with the people at the bank, or the people who groom my dogs, or the people who like my grandkids daycare. Like, there are so many places that we don't approach. And I used to be really good at it. I mean, my first 3-4 years, I did not leave the house without something to hand out. I would always hand it out, try to talk to someone. I got into a bad habit of like, well, everyone knows about Scentsy. They don't. They don't. Not everyone knows. I mean, Sarita is a good example. Her husband was delivering our groceries, and I left the catalog with some samples, and he didn't know what Scentsy was. And now here she
Ah,
is selling Scentsy. I
right.
mean, she knew, but he didn't really know. And so, and she had a warmer, but I don't know how much she'd been using it recently. It had been a while in sunlight because I think whoever wasn't selling anymore. You never know who would be interested.
That's
So
true.
getting in the habit of constantly giving it, and here's the kicker, and this is for me as well as everyone else. If you're not using Sell with Amy, you're really missing out. But even if you choose not to use Sell with Amy, at least get this new habit. Pretend I just met you. Maybe you were, at the grocery store, and we started talking, and I complimented your glasses, and, we said something, and I said, well, listen, I don't know if you're interested, but I have a sample I would love to give you. It's just a free sample of a good smell of the month. I sell Scentsy, or whatever you choose to say. And so
Right.
you've made that and you hand it off. Well, a lot of times that's where I would stop. Oh, have a good day. I hope you enjoy. Thinking, well, if they magically want to buy it, they're going to call me up.
Right.
Every once in a while that will happen, but it's a rare moment because most people just kind of forget about it and they're like, whatever. But if I had said, what's your name again? Tracy? Oh, hi, Tracy. Well, listen, I do a drawing at the end of the month. Everyone I meet in the month, I try to hand out samples, and then everyone I've given a sample to, I do a drawing. Since you're person to person, you can say that. I could say, would you mind putting your contact in my number? Or would you mind texting my number with your name?
Right.
And you just give them your number, say, put me in there as the Scentsy person, and then you have their contact. Now, in a couple of days, you can say, it was really nice meeting you at the grocery store. Did you happen to smell that scent? Did you like that scent? Or how did you like it? Probably not a yes or no question. You want to ask open-ended, leading questions, And then you have a contact. You can put them in. You can say, well, listen, you're in my drawing because I really appreciate you getting on. Oh, Tracy's in double vision.
I had to get on my phone real quick because my computer's about to die.
I get it. That's cool. It's like, oh, we have a new person on our team.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
I'm going to go ahead and shut my computer down.
Great. All right. All good.
Sorry about that.
But that's a really important step that most people do not do. The people who do it are the ones who are probably succeeding with getting parties, new customers, and team members.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about right now going beyond your like expanding your customer base. But the same way I said, listen, you go for the party because that's where you get more people. You've got to have parties to get more people, however you do them, whatever variety you like. But the same thing to grow your team, you have to meet new people. And you have to put that out there almost from the beginning. I mean, one really, really helpful thing is to say we have, the 4 things for our business. I can save you money 4 ways, right? Especially the bargain hunters. There's people who are thrifty, who don't have a lot. There are people who love a deal. You've got to know your audience. It's so important. And, the basically starting with, listen, you can do bundles and saves. That saves you money. If you like a bundle and save, perfect. You can host a party because you can get free and half price. You're going to, get a good deal. You're going to get 10 to 15% free, and you're going to get some half price. That's a good way to save money. Or you could become a consultant. Becoming a consultant, you're going to make 20% back right away on anything you buy. And you're going to have potential to up to 30%. plus more if you choose to work it as a business.
Mhm.
Okay. And then fourth, Cincy Club, because you want to get those perpetual people coming in doing Cincy Club who eventually go, why am I spending $60 every 2 months? I should just be getting paid for this. Because first of all, you're gonna say, well, you get 10% off at $30, you get a half price item at 60, and you get all the
Mhm.
other fun perks of getting your bar. But
Right.
why wouldn't you just get that commission back? So the more you start saying that instead of trying to sell your Cincy products, the more things will shift, change. And then you'll, even if the person you're talking to is like, no, I just want to buy my one thing and not worry about saving money,
Right.
then that still becomes like, well, maybe they meet somebody or bring someone in your life that is the person who wants the Cincy Club or whatever. Like just
Mhm.
right now, went to church this morning with the congregation here that we visit anytime we're here, and it's a lot of family friends, people I've known a long time. And one of the ladies said, "Oh, I need some light bulbs. Can I get some light bulbs?" I was like, absolutely. I'm going to send them back with Kelly. She goes, I've been needing them for a while, but um, I could get some at Hobby Lobby. They don't work perfect, but they would work. So I was kind of getting by. And I was like, man, she's the perfect person for Cincy Club
Right.
because I don't live here. Now, could we set up yes, I could check in with her better. If I'd followed up with her, she might have said, oh, yeah, I need bulbs. So that's bad on me for not following up with her. That also proves that we need to be asking our customers, like at the end of every month, hey, I'm just popping in to see, do you need any light bulbs? Any extra wax? Because people
Yeah.
do need them. Light bulb is a good touch base about
That
follow-up.
one
Light
is.
bulb is really a really good one. Um, or popping in with just a tip like, hey, just making sure everything's working and you're enjoying your Scentsy. Any scents you don't like, let me know. I'll swap them out because I'm always willing to swap them out. I will swap
Mhm.
them out because I'll use them for samples or I'll use them personally. I want them to like what they get, unless someone's abusing it. But for the most part, people don't. You know,
Yeah.
if you got someone abusing it, that's a different story. But anyway, so those are good points with your customers for follow up, especially once a month. I lost
Yeah.
my track of where I was going with all that.
That's
I was
okay.
going
I really
somewhere.
didn't even think about. Honestly, I don't know why, but I didn't even think about following up with my customers until I started the 62-day challenge.
Mm,
And so once I started following up with them, then I've got two people have already reordered, and I got
yay.
I've got a couple of new customers this way too. So
Yes.
that's been okay. But I watched the training video on the bag party, which I thought was really interesting. I thought that was a really fun way to just take a bag and just take it somewhere and leave it and let them just play with it. But I'm
Yep.
like, where did they get those cool bags?
Well, I didn't see which video you're talking about, but I mean, bag parties were one of the when I joined 12 years ago, they were called basket parties, and they were original. I mean, this is one of the big core things that Cincy people did. They had the bags of testers, the burrow bag. Is that what you're talking about? Burrow bag?
She had a bag. It was like a clear bag. It was a video on the 62-day challenge, and
Okay.
she had a clear bag, and she had like a spray in there, and she had
Hmm.
some of the car
It's like
the
a
service.
burrow bag.
Yeah, and she would
Burrow,
just
burrow
take
bag.
it like to
Yeah.
the hospital and let the nurses keep it at their little station, and
Yeah.
everybody could spray it or try it,
Yes.
that kind of
Yes.
thing. Had catalogs in
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
bought the clear plastic bags on Amazon.
Okay.
I actually just fixed one up for Sarita when she was thinking about joining, or she was considering it. And so we said, let's do a decider party. That's how I do it a lot because first of all, and this may be something you haven't heard, and I know that a lot of times I've done trainings on it, but people come in at different times and they don't hear. So a lot of times we say things like that. I'm like, well, I know I've talked about borrow bags, but you didn't see it, so you didn't know. And so that's the thing, we're always learning, and sometimes you hear something, it's new to you, and I'm like, oh, well, who doesn't know that? Well, a lot of people, because you just haven't heard it yet.
Right.
But the borrow bag idea, the way I like to say, let's say you have someone who's interested in maybe joining, but they don't know, or you finally get a party host, you tell them right away, listen, I'm going to do this party, we're going to have a good party, we're going to get you free and half price stuff. But the best thing is if at the end you decide you just want to join, because this party can be yours and you
Yeah.
get a commission check on the next 9th of the month. So that's really what I'm going to try to encourage you to do, because it makes sense. I would spell it out, with a $500 party, you would get this much commission on this day. Like,
Right.
why wouldn't you? I mean, I'm happy to take that money, but why wouldn't you
Exactly.
want that? And so I put that seed. I'm starting to make sure that that is what I'm telling people. But what I'll say is, I don't want you to join right now. Like, I don't want you to join until we have 500 orders collected. That's my personal thing, because I want them to succeed. So I really want us to do the on the go party, take borrow bags around, do the online version, before you ever sign up so that you have collected $500 in orders, even the in-person party before you sign up. Once you
Mhm.
have 500, that we're going to sign up and put those babies in. And on day one, you've hit your shooting star
Oh,
award.
wow.
Day one, because you normally only have 15 days. And by the time someone signs up and you get everything and you get around, well, then, oh, we have like 6 or 7 days to get it done. And it doesn't happen a lot of the times. And
Right.
it's such a huge shot in the arm because you get that beautiful warmer that's made just for that. You get several little things that are great, but you get the access to the enhanced starter kit, which is like, I don't know, $300 worth of stuff for like 200. So you get a huge value and you get paid commission on that. And
Oh,
then you have
dang.
tons of stuff to turn around and sell. And like I said, I didn't hit shooting star because I remember getting my thing. I didn't really have sponsor telling me these things. I had to figure it out on my own. And so I
Yeah.
just remember looking at it going, oh, it's already day whatever. Like, I'll never be able to do that. And I didn't know. So this sets people up. Like day one, you've already hit the first thing you could possibly hit. You did it on day one. Then we have the whole rest of that month to get to certified. You just need another 500 and your first paycheck is going to be 25% instead of 20. Like
Okay.
that's the way to do it.
Wow.
But anyway, borrow bags help getting things. Like I put stuff in her bag, like a travel tin and a room spray, a body mist. I put a buddy and a clip. I think a scent pack and a couple bars. And then of course she had the actual basket party that I call it, an on the go party, with all my testers separated out, catalogs and things to hand out, even some drawing slips and things.
Okay.
So that sets her up to be able to share it. And she's been sharing with everybody. I think she takes it into the grocery store because, it can't melt. That's what she'll say.
Right.
I had to sit it right here in my basket because it can't melt. And people are like, what is that? Like she's using it. That's what it is. And she even like she's walking around with her Scentsy shirt every day, her hat. She's wanting to engage in those conversations. And that's how it happens. But I cannot stress the most important thing is to get their information. So with
Right.
Sell with Amy, you could either say, I would like to just send a text and ask if you like the scent in a couple days. Or I do a drawing for everyone. I have a challenge with myself every month. I make 50 samples, and at the end of the month, everyone that I've handed out, I get their info and I do a drawing for a little free prize. I mean, who would say no? A few people,
Right.
maybe, but not most people. And so getting their info in your contact. In the Sell with Amy app, it gives you a prompt like, oh, you have a new person, follow up with them. So all you have to do is go, oh, I need to follow up with them. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, I met
Okay.
you at the grocery store. Did you like that sample?
I need to use that. I'm not using Amy. I don't know that much about it.
Yeah.
Is it SALE with Amy?
No, it's SELL with AMI. Sell,
Okay.
SELL with AMI, Amy. It used to be called like Maven, and then they changed the name because there were a bunch of Mavens that were confusing people and whatever. So, and I think you can even access it from your workstation. I mean, every account comes with a free 7-day trial. I just don't know if it expires at some point. But
I think I saw that on the workstation.
so click on it and see, because really it's also, there's a Facebook group. I will try to post that in our Facebook thing, Powered by Amy. And if you search Powered by Amy, you probably find it. You can request it, and they do trainings in there, like video trainings. It's actually way more powerful than what I even use it for. But I guarantee it makes it so much easier when I see my notifications and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to go follow up. Let me go 5 people. Oh, it's been 3 years since I talked to this person. That's the perfect thing. Like that's what it'll say. It's been 3 years since you talked to Kelly. And I'll be like, oh, it's been 3 years. So a good thing to say to someone that you've either never followed up with, or it's been a long time, you feel a little bit like out of the blue. Hey, Kelly, I was going through my contacts and realized I have really kind of gone a long time without checking in to see if you need anything for Scentsy. Is there anything I can do to help you? Any light bulbs, blah, blah, blah. Or if it's someone you know better and they've only bought Scentsy once, just to check in. Doesn't have to be about Scentsy right away. Hey, just checking in. How's life going? I saw your kids are getting so big.
Yeah.
And then wait a few more times, like build that relationship. But it reminds you of those things, and it is powerful. You can put in there, like if I met you at the grocery store and I gave you a sample of a peeling apple, there's a note section, a tag you can put sample, and then you could put actually specifically a peeling apple. You could say, well, she seemed like she might want to buy, or she seemed like she might want to sell. You could put prospective host, prospective team member. You put these labels, and that way you can run a report and say, I'm going to follow up with everyone that I gave a sample to in April. Like you could say April scent of the month. And then it just is easy. but
Okay.
it's getting their contact. It just has to be one of those automatic things you're going to do, because it's pretty useless if you don't. And that's where
Yeah.
I've been a long time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I just
I-
give it out like candy and don't get much back.
Well, that's what I've been doing, is sending samples out left and right, and I'm not really getting a lot back from it. But I think it may be, it's just like my other business. I have everything, you know, everything very organized and detailed, and I think I just need to do the same with this as well. And I really was interested in the Amy, but I was like, oh, I'm so busy right now. I don't know if I have time to really get into it, but you just have to make time. I mean,
Well, and I will say, I think that there are levels with Amy. The getting into it is simple. It's not very complicated. Anybody that's
okay.
in your workstation will automatically be in Amy every night.
Oh,
Like any orders you put in or any personal website orders, they sync with Amy and they're there
okay.
automatically. So like if someone ordered from your website or you put something in, it will automatically, without you adding anybody, it will have those things and will start to prompt you for stuff. So there is a level of Amy you can do without much investment of time and figuring out education, because I get that. There's a couple apps right now that people are talking about, that I'm dying to get involved with. I want to be able to utilize, but I feel like I can't stop to get to know how to do it.
Right.
And so I think we'll use some of our time at the beach house to work on a couple of these things too. We'll
That'd be
just, while we're
great.
there sitting around physically, because I'm like got my toe in on Visly. I really want to utilize Visly. That's one. Project Broadcast is another. And so, and then I know a lot of you with Sew with Amy is one that y'all need help with. Michelle and I and Shannon, I think, have all been using Sew with Amy a lot. So we'd be
Okay.
able to just quickly help y'all get a good start and understanding. And I'm hoping Michelle will help us with Visly, because I know she's been using it more. And like I said, I kind of get
Awesome.
it, but I haven't just had time to
Yeah.
get it figured out. So I understand that feeling, but there's layers. So you can just kind of get in,
Right.
utilize it simply. But then as you get more comfortable, I can do this. Oh, I watched that video. I can do that.
Yeah.
And that would be a good group, that Powered by Amy, to do watch one of those as one of your training videos each day. Just
Okay.
put that as your challenge video, like watch some of those.
That's a good idea, because I've really gotten a lot out of watching one training video a day. I
Yeah,
really,
it's
I've,
huge.
I've learned
You
a
learn a lot.
ton,
Yeah.
and moving around into my my workshop, having to check the news tab every day, which I was not doing before.
Yes.
That's made a big difference too.
It is amazing what's
Yeah.
there, and a lot of us just don't utilize it. So that's really
Yeah.
good. And then listen, like whatever you're doing right now, it's just going to propel you into the fall, because fall is usually kind of where we say you get the low hanging fruit. People want
Yeah.
it. People are more in the mood of spending money. People are just wanting their house to smell that way. So you get the low hanging fruit easier. But
Right.
if you've been working hard in the summer, you're going to have built some things that will really help you. And especially if you're really putting those seeds in about joining and hosting, then I think things will really start to go. But it's just consistent and it's follow up.
Yes,
And, those are the right things. So
that's
just like
true.
eating, it's just like eating right, drinking water, sleeping, and exercising. It's not
That's
that
true.
hard. It's not that complicated, but it's hard.
It's hard.
It's not complicated, but it's hard, because
It
we
is
have to
hard.
make ourselves do them and not
Yeah.
sit on the couch and grab the bag of chips and drink the Coke and
Yeah.
whatever.
Because that's easy.
That's easy.
Yeah.
And handing the samples out is easy. The asking for their contact and then following up is harder.
Yeah.
Not complicated. It's a simple formula. So yeah, I think that's where we all, I read something somebody shared, it may have been you, one of you, or maybe it was Shannon. I remember one of her motivational things she shared was, you choose your hard. And that's what I'm trying to remind myself right now. Being
Yeah.
overweight and unhealthy is hard. Not knowing you're going to fit in the seatbelt on the airplane is hard. Not
Yeah.
knowing if you're going to, be able to play with your kids is hard. Not knowing you're going to
Right.
be cranky because you're whatever. Those are hard. So even though what I'm eating right now, I can look at it and say it's hard. It's a different hard.
Right.
Eating what I want to eat isn't really easier, and long term, it's not going to be worth it. So you choose your hard,
Right.
and you just need to work smarter, not harder. I think that's another thing too. Just consistent, small practices that really make a difference. But getting
Yeah.
Scentsy in people's hands and sharing it has always been how it's worked the best.
Yeah.
You can even get, with your half price rewards, I would say get a 3-pack of fragrance flowers and give those as gifts to salons and hair places and have them do the flower party. Get a 3-pack of Counter Clean and say, listen, I'm just going to loan this to you for 3 days and then I want it back. I want you to use it on these things like sealed surfaces, stainless steel, your kids' shoes. If there's like a spot in your carpet, go try it on that. And then I'm
Right.
going to get you to tell me how you liked it. I want an honest review. Did you like the scent?
Yeah.
How did it clean for you? You may get someone who's like, I didn't really like it. That's fine, because you're going to get 5 more people who are like, this is the best thing ever. I need 10 bottles. And then they
Right.
become a huge customer, or maybe they,
Right.
spread the word, or we'll do a review for you or whatever. And getting your customers to tag you and give a picture of, look at my new warmer, or, oh my goodness, I love my new scents I got from Tracy. That's another way to get more customers and expand beyond your base. And I know I did a training about expanding your customer base. I had a lot more tips too. I'll try to find it on my page and my YouTube channel and tag you or share
Okay.
it. But
Yeah, I'd
that
love to
wasn't
watch
too
that.
long. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I think another thing, maybe if we have time on our trip, is to go over. I'm a little confused on how, as a consultant, I can use. I don't understand perpetual awards or how I can use half price awards. I don't understand any of that. Like as far as me using that, because I always just give it to the host if they qualify.
Okay.
So I don't.
So we can talk about that more, but the basic idea, especially if someone's watching a recording, I don't want to leave them hanging like, oh, I wanted to know. That perpetual half price item is at every party you close over $200. Every party. You get to decide how you use it. It can always be this is for me because I want it. You can always buy something for yourself with it. You could always buy something at half price and use it as stock, but then later you're going to sell it at full price. You can use it just to build inventory, right? If you want to do that. Not that I recommend building inventory or you need it, but you could. You can't ever advertise that you have inventory. Like you could
Right.
tell people one-on-one, like once they're your customer, then that's fine, but you can't advertise it publicly.
Right.
But with that, the way it was intended, the initial purpose was, let's say we're having a home party and you're my host. And I say, okay, Tracy, we're going for a $500 party because you're going to get 15% free, which is $75, and 3 half price items. And you're going to be like, woohoo. And I'm going to say, but I can offer you an extra half price item if you can help me find someone to book a party off your party today. So if your friend, Jill, books a party, you tell her, listen, book a party. It's so much fun. You're gonna get a lot of free stuff. You're kind of helping me get her to book a party. So there's so much free stuff, and I'll come to your party. I'll be one of your guests. I'm gonna buy something at your party. So then at the time that she has her party, you've got that perpetual half price item. And I say, okay, Tracy, you came to our party. You got me this party. You get your extra half price item. So it's really a booking incentive. It's a little carrot to hang and dangle in front and for something to help. You can also, if you don't have somebody who gets somebody to talk somebody into it, if you just choose to use it, you could say at a party, listen, I'm looking for someone to book a party. If you book a party, I'm going to offer you an extra half price item at the time of your party. So you can use it that way. It can be used in so many ways. Like I
So
said,
where do you find it? The perpetual award.
okay. It's under the party summary.
Okay.
So there's the host cart that has retail, half price, and credit.
Yes.
But then under party summary, you click party summary and it pulls down perpetual party item assigned to, and you can put who you want it to go to. So like, yourself or your hostess or somebody else, and then you fill in what you want. And it's there every time you ever close a party. And if you don't use it, you lose it.
Does it expire?
Yeah, you have to use it at the time of the party.
Oh no.
How many parties have you closed and lost? Oh no.
I know at least 4. I had no idea. Oh my gosh. Now I have my own party going right now. That is going to qualify for one, so I'm definitely going to snag that baby up. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Okay, well that's a bummer, but now you know.
That's okay.
Forward, with all host rewards, you use them or lose them. They don't roll through. They don't save.
Okay.
It will give you a warning usually when you close it. Like there's a $5 charge if you don't use all your host rewards. Have you seen that warning?
I haven't.
That's very weird. I wonder why.
But I haven't really paid attention either.
Okay.
Once I close a party, I don't usually go back to it or anything like that. So I don't know.
No, it's normally like okay, I'm going to close. And if you haven't used all of your full host rewards, it pops up whether there's a $5 host charge for not using all your rewards. Are you sure you want to proceed? So that's interesting. But anyway, maybe you just clicked it away and didn't really pay attention. I don't know.
I probably just X'd out of it and
Yeah.
didn't even pay attention because I
It was
probably had no
trying to
idea what it
tell
was.
you. It was trying to say, look.
Oh my
look.
gosh.
Well, and here's what I
Okay,
say.
well that
like,
explains a lot because I've been buying all my stuff full price just so that I can give samples out to people. You know, I've just been going on to my own parties and buying stuff so that I can give samples out to my people.
well,
Yeah.
the plus side is your commission was a little higher.
Yeah, I mean, at least I'm getting some of that money back.
Oh. Well, and anything that you're actually giving out at store price or samples, you should keep a record of for
Yes.
tax. Like once
Yes.
you've made 500 a year and you're having to do taxes, you can claim those as expenses. But oh
Yes.
goodness, yeah, that's unfortunate. All right.
I just feel like I have so much to learn.
Well, here's the thing, and listen, we're all learning and we're all doing things.
Yes.
And like I did not know everything at the beginning, and that's fine. But just thinking forward, when you get someone new on your team, and now that you know this, I would always say, I'm going to help you do your first party. Like, I'm just going to act like the consultant, even if you're a consultant. I'm going to be the consultant, and you're going to be in training. I would also say, I'm going to help you enter it, and I'm going to go through everything. Even if you're long distance, do it on Zoom. Do it together. If they can come to your house, do it together. Show them how to do it. Because I mean, I think there's videos on it too, but not everybody takes time to do that either. You know, I'm pretty sure it says here's how to enter your order. But you know, when you're new and you're just doing it, you just kind of want to do it. And if someone hasn't said, here, let me take you under the wing, here's how we do it, then you make those things that you're like, oh no. So
yeah,
I definitely need to.
Yeah, I definitely need to message Tammy and tell her this because I have not told her this because I did not know this. So now I feel really bad because I wasn't able to share that with her. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's okay. Well, we all learn, and like I said, people know and some don't know, and people come for different reasons. But that's good, you know, now. And sometimes I always say, even if you can't afford to do like a warmer at half price, or you know, a 6-pack of bars, at least do a 3-pack of light bulbs for half price.
So you're talking about, when you say that, you're talking about out of your own inventory?
Well, I'm saying when you're entering your party and you're placing host rewards and you're getting them for yourself. Yes, at least order with a half price, at least a 3-pack of light bulbs, because that's only going to be $250, but then you could turn around and sell it for $5.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or you can have some light bulbs that you need for your personal warmers for $250. But so you want to always use your host rewards, in my opinion. The other thing I use a lot is for that perpetual half price item. A lot of times I'll use like a 6-pack of scent circles, because I love to hand those out as thank yous or door prizes, or like with the server who did a great job, a little note written on them and my information, like, hey, this would be, I would love to have you as part of this, you know, Scentsy family. You're amazing. You really stood out. So I just try to use it for things that aren't going to break the bank, or something I just really want. I mean, don't forget this. You like Scentsy. So maybe you want some scent flowers in all your bathrooms. You can use your perpetual half price for 1 scent flower from fragrance flower for, you know, you get an $8 fragrance flower, or you can take the 45 bundle and get it in half and get 3 of them. You can keep 1, sell 2, you know, whatever, give 1 as a gift. So I use my host rewards. I'm sorry you didn't know that, but I'm glad you know.
No, it's okay. Hey, that's how I should have asked sooner, but I was just, I've always been really confused about all of that part of it. And I know Heather's explained it to me. I just didn't understand it.
Well, and it's a good reminder to me, because I've been doing this a long time, that people don't always know the basics. I think I'm trying to train on the high level stuff, but sometimes people just need to know the very basic stuff, like a borrow bag. I mean, you know, things like that. But it's also good for you to know, I should ask questions. It's not bothering anyone. Ask questions. It's totally fine. You will not bother us. You know, I think it's the only way you learn. I agree. So it's totally fine. And that was good. I think we answered some good stuff. So
yes, me too. I'm like definitely going to be paying more attention. But I'm telling you, this challenge and even doing these lives every day has really opened my mind up and really made me pay attention to more things and to look into more things and to learn more things. So it's been great for me.
Good. Well, I love you. I think you're amazing, and you're such a positive force on our team. And I just yeah, you're never bothering. So ask all the things you need to ask, and we'll get you going and get you caught up. And I can't wait for reunion. It's gonna be awesome.
Me neither. I'm excited.
The only thing is, I started thinking, I hope we have good Wi-Fi. That would be really bad. If we
I
get
know,
there,
that's
and
what
we
I'm
can't.
thinking too. I have
I know.
AT&T. I'm like, please work.
Yeah, hopefully we get it to work. But anyway, it's gonna be fun. We'll talk about some details of like, food, groceries, meal, all that when we get closer. But we'll keep it
Yeah.
healthy and that'll be fun too.
That'd be great.
All
Yes.
right. Well, have a great day. Thank you for getting on.
Yes, I'm gonna go do my live. I'm doing my live on my my whiff box that I ordered for this month.
Oh, that's a good one. And be sure you mention a half price in the club
Yes.
that you can get it for half price. That's a huge one.
Yeah,
But
'cause
people
I
who
really
love
like that
subscription
box.
boxes, oh, it's a good one. And people who love
Yes.
subscription boxes or like to try different things or just want it to come to their door because they're not convenient to come get things or whatever. It's awesome. So good.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Well, good luck. Talk to you later.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.